number of solutes can dissolve in water. Like you can see common salt, sugar, copper sulfate, ferrous sulfate. So these all can be mixed in water, and we can get resulting a large number of solutions. So we can say that water dissolves almost every common substance, and therefore it is called universal solvent. And this is the reason why our blood also contains water, and it adds in or helps in transport of nutrients. Okay, plants also use water. So water can be termed as a universal solvent. So some solutions which things which are which cannot be dissolved in water, like charcoal or kerosene or oil, these are called insoluble substances, and those like common salt, sugar, which can be dissolved in water, are called as soluble substances. Okay, see, when we add something in water, then water is termed as the solvent, and the things like common salt or sugar which is added in lesser quantities are called solute. Then when the solute is mixed in solvent, the resulting mixture is called a solution. Okay, so we when you see your mother preparing the lemonade, then she stirs the mixture so that the faster the solution becomes. Okay, so and if you will go to the sweet shop, so you can see the persons who are making the sweets, they make a sugar syrup, very sweet sugar syrup. So what they do, they put the water and sugar mixture into the over the temperature, over the flame, and as the solution gets heated up, more sugar can be dissolved. Okay, so such solutions are called as supersaturated solutions. So now let's see some of the definitions. So the solute, the substance which dissolves or disappears in the solvent or liquid, is called solution, and the liquid or the medium of dissolution is called solvent, and the homogeneous mixture of the solute in a solvent is called a solution. So now you'll see water as a universal solvent. So if you will see, this is common water, and when we'll mix some salt with it or sodium chloride, as said in the language of chemistry, we'll get a solution. Okay, so when we mix something in small quantities like salt here in this water, this is called solute, and the liquid water which dissolves this solute is called a solvent, and the resulting mixture or the homogeneous mixture is called the solution. If we see the case of water, maximum things are can be dissolved in water. So water is termed as a universal solvent. So now you'll see water as a universal solvent. So if you will see, this is common water, and when we'll mix some salt with it or sodium chloride, as said in the language of chemistry, we'll get a solution. Okay, so when we mix something in small quantities like salt here in this water, this is called solute, and the liquid water which dissolves this solute is called a solvent, and the resulting mixture or the homogeneous mixture is called the solution. If we see the case of water, maximum things are can be dissolved in water. So water is termed as a universal solvent. Upon the amount of solute, the solution may be termed as saturated or unsaturated solution. So if you will see this solution, when we start to dissolve the common salt in water, then there is no residue can be seen in the bottom. So such solution is called unsaturated solution. That means we can add more solute in it. And after adding the solute continuously, when we add more solute, then what happens? A stage comes when further you can see the solutes in the bottom. That means no more solute can be dissolved in this solution. So such is called a saturated solution. Which comes solubility of a solute. So what is solubility? It is the ability of a solute to dissolve in a solvent. Okay. So like see, suppose 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoon of sugar can be dissolved in 1 cup of water. So that is called the solubility. If less is there, then the resulting solution, that means where there is a chance that more solute can be dissolved at a given temperature, such solutions are called as unsaturated. Okay. And when we add on the solute and the remnants part of the solute which remains undissolved can be seen on the bottom, such is called the saturated solution. Okay, so solubility can be defined as the maximum amount of solute that will saturate the solvent at a given temperature. Okay. So solubility of the most of the solids that increase with the increase in temperature. Okay. And in case of gases, it decreases with increase in temperature. So these are the points that you should remember. Which we drink is first purified, and this is done by killing germs and removing other impurities. But it may contain some mineral and salts. Okay. So let's see the characteristics of drinking water. The characteristics of drinking water, you can see when you take out water from the pot or the vessel and keep in the glass, then you will see that it doesn't have any color. It is odorless and transparent. Okay, so it has some taste, and this taste comes from the dissolved gases and minerals which are necessary for our body. So we use certain measures to sterilize the water, like boiling or exposing the water to air and sunlight, and we sometimes do chemical treatments also, like putting the putting the water in the UV or the filters, or like this things to make it to purify it for drinking purposes. Okay, sometimes we add bleaching powder into the wells, okay, or fitkiri in for purification. So these makes water fit for drinking. But when we have water in the swimming pools, then it is chlorinated to remove the danger for infection. Okay, as there is a danger of waterborne diseases like cholera, gastroenteritis, diarrhea. Okay, so which mainly cause vomiting, loose motions, okay, no urination, typhoid, okay, which is caused by bacteria, and the patient has high fever, okay, jaundice, so it affects the liver, and all these diseases may be fatal if not treated on time. So therefore we need to purify water to prevent these kinds of diseases. So now you can answer the questions as classwork and do it in your classwork notebook. So first you need to define the following: solute, what is the solute, what is a solution, what is meant by saturated solution, what is meant by unsaturated solution, and define potable water. Then you need to write the characteristics of drinking water, and third you need to write the reasons why water is called universal solvent. Okay, so this all you need to do as classwork. Okay. So this is all for today. In the next video, we'll learn about the purification of water and the different processes which we use to purify water. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.